cooking tea, and the boys just want to have some downtime. They just want to spend time with their mum because they've been spending time with someone else all day, and I've got no energy left to give, and it's hard. It's really hard. When I was young, I only ever dated guys that I thought were marriage material. And if they weren't marriage material, I would dump them. I know that sounds really cruel now as an adult, but that's all I ever wanted. I remember sitting in the kitchen and something must have been going on in the media about the world's going to end. And I remember just sitting there in the kitchen, bawling my eyes out. I just want to get married and have a family. The world can't end yet. That I was so angry at God. And I think within 12 months I met Brent. 2 kids, married, live in the country somewhere, and it would be all, you know, just easy, and it would just be all love and, you know, totally not reality, but but it was hard. He was doing 23 days away, 19 days home. He'd leave. I don't even know how I did it. I was working 2 or 3 days a week, and the things that would stress me out was running them places. It was football practice, swimming lessons, like just being busy all the time, and then also cooking a good meal, and whether this one would eat this and this one wouldn't eat that, and how long it would take to eat your dinner. Then they would argue, that's your mess and this is my mess, and cleaning up and doing the dishes, and you know, and then someone was going to come over and it's like, but my house is a mess and it should be tidy, and I always felt like I was running, chasing my tail. And then if I'm tired and frustrated, then I yell. This isn't what it's meant to be like. It's not meant to be me getting angry and frustrated at my children. I'm meant to be loving them, and I'm meant to be nurturing them. And sorry that I didn't have enough control as the adult to actually be a good mum. It's really hard. I've always wanted to be the best mum that I can be and be the best wife that I can be. So I've read lots of books and think, okay, that's what I need to do. So I'll try that. And then that would work for a little while. You know, you get to day 22 and you're like, yep, got this. And then as soon as Brent was home, it's like, expecting him to pick up the pieces, and he's just like, oh, but actually I've got to work for Anthony, or I've got to do this for someone else. And it's like, okay, I didn't factor that in. Right, now I have to bring someone else up. Can you babysit my kids, or can you? Just the sheer organising was exhausting. You know, I didn't have time to have cleaned up before he came home, so he would just walk around the kitchen and tidy as he does. But in my head, that was loud. You know, that was, why aren't you doing this, and why aren't you doing that, and you're not, you know, you haven't put this stuff away, and you haven't done all this stuff, and I'm come home and it's all a mess. It's not what he said at all, but that's what I was hearing. I used to think that he needs to fill my love tank, and he needs to be the one who makes me feel better. And you know, the words that he said to me was so important to me, because if he didn't give me those words to make me feel right about myself, I wasn't going to be good enough. I remember sitting on the green couch and just crying. The boys were probably just being boys, but whether they'd been arguing or what, and Noah was probably not going to bed on time, and I'm just sitting there curled up in a ball in fetal position. God, I just can't do this anymore. I just, like, this is just too hard. I just want to walk away.
I'm going crazy thinking maybe I'm not good enough, and now I'm just sitting here wondering, was it you or was it just something?
Once Pastor Michael came to our church, he sort of encouraged a few of us to look into the retreat, and it changed my life. It really made me start thinking and knowing who I was and whose I was. I realised that God fills me with love, and I can get all my love from Him, and I don't need other people to fill my love tank. It gets filled by Jesus. And any love that they then gave to me just overflowed that. And it stops the pressure on them, and it stops the pressure on me thinking that they're not doing enough for me. And I didn't have to be the person that I thought everyone was looking at. I just had to be loved by Jesus. It definitely doesn't stop stressful situations. Now when I have every night of the week out, like for football, Josh was Monday, came as Tuesday. Josh and Noah were Wednesday, came as Thursday. Noah's games were Friday, the boys' games were Saturday. It's just a matter of now asking for help. And if I can't make a meeting, I can now ring up and say, actually, my family's coming first. I just need to be at home. And I've recognised that I don't have to rely on Brent to give me words of affirmation to feel good enough about myself. I've learned so much from reading books, and I guess I could take them all to heart and try and do everything that they say. I should be like this and I should be like that and be this person for this person. I've got to be this, I've got to be, do this. And Jesus just says, come to me and I'll give you rest. And whoever you are and however you are, it's peace, it's love, it's joy. It's so much easier than a book. You don't have to be someone you're not, and you're loved no matter what.